Peace and love, family. Peace and love to the tribe. This, I'm going to actually say my name this time for a reason. This is Ivan the Trinity of Water with another preparation for a purpose show. Soon to be Ivan the Quadrant of Water. I'll do a video about that's not relevant at this particular point in this video right now. I will get to that. So, yesterday was a heck of a day to say the least. I get it, lessons and blessings, but it was quite the day. And I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. This will be, however, one of the not the most important. I mean, the English is not a language that can explain the importance of what I'm about to deliver. If you or when you perceive it. And let me add it as well. This is specifically, and I've never done this, but I'm being obedient. This is specifically at this point for life paths 1, 11, 9s, and 4s. And I explain the part about the 4s later because originally I thought it would be 1s, 11s, and 9s. But 4s are the creators, builders. We are creators, but they're some master creators. So I'm going to get to that a little later because I want to give this in its purest form and just get right to it. So this is for those particular life paths, not to push anyone out or say any life path is more important than any other, because we know that's not true. But it was described to me as a divine source or a great love. And what I'm talking about is the information that I'm about to explain to you. And some people that might watch this, you might think I'm crazy. I mean, it is what it is. But for the people who at whatever point tune in, because this is a conscious 911 call, I'm consciously making a 911 call to action. This is for you. So this divine love, this great love, this divine source, and I took some notes, something else I don't normally do. It said, as we know, we're the leaders, we're the visionaries, humanitarians. 9, we're humanitarians. 11, humanitarians, leaders. 1s, leaders, natural, just not naturally like that, born like that, for this specific time, for a purpose. So it was explained, it was a covenant. And what I mean by that is it was something that we did before we got here. I'm not trying to get too deep, but I'm speaking more so to, some may say, your higher self, a higher consciousness that's going to grasp this at some point, which isn't up to me. If who watch it, how they feel, however that goes, that isn't up to me. It's just up to me to deliver the information to the best of my ability and be obedient, but not to keep drifting off. So it was explained that it was a covenant that we took before we got here. And this covenant was a job that we were sent here to do. Some of you might definitely already be doing it. You have to know your audience. I know some might be vastly, not superior. We are equal, but vastly on another level as far as their journey, or being on their journey longer. That has nothing to do with age. But it was a covenant that was taken. And we took that covenant, and it was for us to be the ark. So if you ever heard of the Ark of the Covenant, it was not physical. It was something, how it was delivered to me, it was us. It wasn't a physical ark, it was a conscious ark. Let me explain. So the ark, think more so of like a boat. In all like of the ancient texts, all ancient texts, the Bible, it speaks all. If you ever study other civilizations or their history, they all speak about this great flood or some type of great catastrophe, but something that happened because humanity got too far away from their source, their divine source, their God, whatever you want to call it. But they describe this flood. So for this, it's with it being 2022, most people, especially with Western civilization, no telling who's watching this, but are more so into the Bible. So like Noah, and even if you're not, you're pretty familiar with Noah. And when he was told, okay, build this ark, build this boat, people thought, what is he doing? I'm going about my business. What is he talking about? Build this boat. Told no, what to take, everything. Build this. Now, just even sometimes hearing myself say it sounds like, wow, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. But that's when you have to know who you are. So moving along, it could be avoided. Because as I was getting this information, I was consciously asking questions myself. I said, consciously, I'm saying, it's prophecy, isn't it? That every civilization, it's a good video about this. I want to put in the link when I get a chance, but it was talking about the end of civilizations and how they left us hints and how they all tried to, they lost sight of what was truly important, and they were just more concerned with power and building, and that they built themselves to their destruction. And what was told to me was the free will. Never lose track of how powerful your free will is. That, for example, if you choose, if you even know, okay, this is why I'm sitting here, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, you have the free will not to do it. So that's just an example. So keeping along that track, you have the free will. There's so much power as a collective. We have the power to have the free will to say, let's make it different this time. A lot of times, because of programming and other things, play factors, we look at the president, kings, queens, and because that was what they perceive and told us was power. So we say, what can we do? And it takes a long time to get all that programming flushed out. And that's about design, how they set it up, because we lost our health. We lost our abilities and gave it to technology. Now I'm using technology right now. So it definitely has its pluses, but we gave away our thought a lot of our thinking processes that build the neurons and keep the brain functioning properly, using this body as a tool. Because certain things made life easier, or so we thought. So our free will is what's going to take us to what's going to change a narrative that is played over and over and over and over, because we know that's insanity. So I brought up health because it was delivered. It was our health. Anyone who ever watched one of my shows, they know I would always talk about this book that I procrastinated about that was going to be called, or will be called, Health is the New Wealth. But then it clicked. As soon as that was delivered, it clicked. Health is our wealth. We thought it was fatty paper. We thought it was something else. But our health, and then it got even deeper. The gold. I'm pretty sure anybody watching this know about like gold water and putting the minerals, gold, silver, different minerals in us, and the importance of that. And if you don't, I highly recommend you check it out. But the importance of instilling those minerals in us, so we can correlate back with nature, putting the different supplements in food, the different herbs for all 12 systems of the body that's going to connect us back with nature. But we lost track of that. Therefore, we don't have the consciousness to tune in, I call it. To be tuned in, because we're tuned in to someone else's programming instead of Source's program. So, with that being said, and I'm really trying to talk slower because I really don't want to leave anything out, and because I really want to deliver this in its purest form. So, the importance of our health, because our health is what's going to lead us to be able to have the mind. On some of my videos, I talk about a 9 mind. I talk about the importance of knowing it isn't a physical battle. See, when you battle in something you can't see, I'm gonna get to that, you can't fight it with weapons that's a physicality, that's tangible. You have to fight it with your intangibles. It's a mental warfare. Mentally. You're doing this consciously. And you have to have your health to be in tune, to get the codes so you can have the consciousness necessary to build this art, that we're building a conscious ship. Let me say that again. We're building a conscious ship. I already went over the problem, disobedience. All we got to do is look around. We see that where everything is headed. I mean, you can, from the coronavirus to all the other, mess, but I don't like to focus on the problem. That's just what it's a piece of a truth. But I like to focus on the solution. You have to state the problem, but not worry about it. Just deal with it. Focus on the solution, which is very simplistic. But yeah, all we got to do is look around and we see all the chaos. And we see where it's going. So we're called to build a ship, a conscious ship. Now, for anybody who haven't tuned me off by now, you still with me, tune in. Let me get your attention. So by building this ship of consciousness, we're going against waves, not waves that you can see like water waves, sound waves, unseen waves. And if you ever looked at, when they talk about the physical light spectrum and they talk about ancient healers and how they knew it was the energy within inside that caused a lot of sickness. If you didn't have that healing and wasn't healthy, your energy, your chi, your prana, your life force, if that's depleting from lack of health, what is that going to cause? Death. A collapse is going to cause massive death. It wasn't our design. We weren't designed to do that. And I'm going to put another link in another video about a great video about that, because I like to stay in my lane. But we get back to our design and build a ship of consciousness, or ark of consciousness, as a defense for those waves. As humanitarians, what do we know? We know we're humanitarians. What do we know? We know that we're leaders. So let's stick with what we know. And then we move from there. So knowing that, It shouldn't be a surprise that, okay, we're called to help just, and when I use the word humanitarian, that was something else. This is bigger than just the world or just globally. This is universal. This is on a universal level. This is big. This is something bigger than us. I'm not even trying to comprehend it. I'm just trying to be obedient. But on a universal level, a line of defense. And now I'm about to get to the simplicity of it. When you hear all that, you more than likely you're thinking like, this sounds very complicated. Hey, look, I might be work at Foot Locker, which nothing wrong with that. I mean, hey, honest living. I'm just saying that humble beginnings, you're not gonna know what the person or the people are going to look like. So don't ever let that be a factor. But I'm about to explain the simplicity of what was explained to me. Simple, but has to be very precise. And what was explained to me was, we do this first by getting back healthy. I'm gonna continually do shows about, like I have my frankincense right here. I'm gonna do shows about different substances, different herbs, and different things that help us to heighten our awareness, our consciousness, and get us back to the health that's necessary to accomplish what we're going to accomplish. So there's just frankincense, the smell helps your digestive system. If you ever get a chance, just look into the power of frankincense. So yeah, it starts with just getting healthy. And then just being obedient in your own way, what makes you comfortable. Getting in a quiet place, might be outside, just wherever you can focus and nothing is taking your attention. And this is very precise, very precise. On the fourth day, which would be Thursday, I know a lot of people might say, otherwise, but Thursday, on the fourth day, at 1:19 and at 9:11, you get in that place and you just send out massive vibes of love, joy, peace, humbleness and just send it out to the universe. Send it out to humanity. Don't even put yourself in it. Don't put yourself in it at this point. And we know the importance of self-care, but this right here is for, like I say, for something that is just massive, but made so simplistic. Just by the power of a collective, simply just on the fourth day of the week, Thursday, 1:19 and 9:11, sending out positive vibes, humbly, for the universe, for humanity. And if you say, well, of course, each time zones are different, do your specific time zone. Do your specific time zone. Over time, as it builds momentum, it will still be cohesive units. Because the power of numbers, you're coinciding and have the help and assistance of the ascended masters. It's like it's on a scale that is just ridiculous. It puts a smile on my face. But you're sending out those positive vibes, empowerment vibes, protective vibes for 9 minutes. 9 minutes. That's it. For 9 minutes. And when we think of a collective, we think we all have to be on a live, or we have to be in a together physically. But this is much bigger than that. This is why we need our health. This is much bigger than that. This is you specifically being in your prayer closet or your comfortable place. And for a lot of nines and ones, hey, that shouldn't be too hard. I know a lot of us, we need that so we can kind of woosah. But after I finish giving the coordinates and finish giving what was delivered to me, we can celebrate each other. We can empower one another. We can show different content. But as far as this, it was delivered this after the instructions are given. It's too pure to be put in words. This is something, like I said, this is mental. It's going to be a telepathy where we don't have to say anything. Now, you may not believe this, but I truly believe our ancestors, when at the beginning, they had a much closer relationship with that divine source, and they didn't need telephones to communicate. A lot of people who study these things, they see and they say they were vastly superior to us. And I used to think the same thing. But it wasn't so much that they were vastly superior, they just had a better start because they had that relationship. And as time and generations went on, what happened? Further and further. So you fix it by reverse engineering it. I mean, it's just brilliant how that divine source is just so simple. Something on a massive level, that simple. You reverse engineer it. Starts with giving your health back. And then it's nothing that they did that we can't do or are capable of doing. And that's what a lot of people fear. People, listen, I'm not giving any names, organizations, but it's all you have to do is just pay attention, and you will see so many things in place to keep us from discovering who we truly are. So when we have that health and we have that our abilities that are our divine right, when we see that the true wealth that we have been seeking wasn't really the wealth, that it was really here, then we begin to tap in. We can be in tuned. No need to talk. No need to collaborate about it. We're going to be on the same page. And for people who might fall off, it's going to be people strong enough. That's what makes a team. That's strong enough to say, listen, we're only as strong as our weakest link. We're going to continue because we know at some point it's going to come together. And we just continually do it. And what's so brilliant about it is you feel comfortable. You can feel comfort. And a lot of people say, well, your comfort zone, you need to get out your comfort zone to be great. And I agree with that on a 3D level, but I'm not just talking 3D. Like I said, this isn't just about a simple 3D level. This is massive. And when you're healthy and you're conscious, it doesn't matter about you being comfortable. You want to be as comfortable and relaxed as possible. The atmosphere, just the atmosphere that's clean, comfortable, and quiet. Because what you're doing is for a divine source that can't even be put into words. So moving along, as I gave those times, which is very, very precise, and Oh, I was a minute late. I understand, still do it. But it's supremely important to be not early, not late, right on time with those coordinates. Those coordinates are very, very important. So once we have the health and once we start on those Thursdays and we're putting those vibes into the air, we become a team. See, a team, like I said, doesn't have to see each other every day or be on live or have to be a group that does everything together. A team, a real team, is a cohesive unit that moves in unison. Think of unison, one. One Son. Think of one Christ, a collective Christ consciousness, 144 Christ consciousness, if you will. Moving with nature, moving with the universe. We were musical instruments as well, making sweet music in unison with the universe. Think of that verse. Universe, one verse just flowing, like in harmony, harmonizing with one another. It's beautiful. That's what a team is. That's what a team is, on one accord for one set goal. And on top of sending out those vibes, it was told to me you also have to create. So because you're partnering, this is why you do it by yourself. You're you're partnering again with the divine source, with the great love. And by again, I'm not saying you don't have that connection or you don't already do that. But for this particular mission or this particular assignment, it's a partnership that's only spoken. It doesn't need to be spoken about. It's personal between you and your divine source and what you're creating. Think of a beautiful picture, how you would like to see humanity, how you would like to see the world, the universe, how you would like to see it. Paint that picture. Put color in it. Make it, feel it. Put feelings and emotions into it. So you can truly believe it. That ideas are so powerful. Ideas are creating. Everything starts with an idea. That's creation. And you creating with the right one this time. And after you have that picture, after you have that creation here, then that's when the action comes in. Something else that's so simplistic. It's an example. I didn't like the garbage that was around my neighborhood. People would come from other neighborhoods with just throw garbage, pee, do all different things. And it just, I would walk for my peace and I'll have to smell urine and garbage. And I'm like, somebody should get this up. Somebody should get this up. Why not me? Well, you didn't do it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And I was just simply just getting the garbage up. And you wouldn't believe that people joined in. It became something. And what happened? I got tired of work. You see, and that's the thing. We can't let this momentum stop. But that's just an example. So whatever it is, whether it's a person, a thing, whether it's a concept, whatever it is that you created, that picture that you painted, just to make those small steps and actions of doing it in your neighborhood, in your house, with this personality and character, the character that you show to others. Something like Gandhi said, who was a 9, by the way, be the change you want to see in the world. You were literally doing that. Because Gandhi understood something that most don't, and most didn't, and most don't to today. The power of the inner man. The power of making a set decision and how that just spreads. So when we're talking about a collective doing this, one person make the power of a collective, that yes, one person makes a tremendous difference. You count, you matter. And once that's done, you, if you want to do more, you want to, whatever it is, you don't have to be perfect. Come as you are. You know that's not in the Bible. Come as you are is not in the Bible. So where do people get that from? Because what divine source says, come as you are. You whatever flaws you have, just accept them. Like Beauty and the Beast. Have you ever seen that? Beauty and the Beast? When the beauty just accepted the beast, he became a prince because it was just acceptance. The flaws began to just fall. Because you're not stressed about them. You're not doubting yourself. You're not kicking yourself. You start to believe. You start to take more massive action. And with this happening on a bigger scale, building up momentum, because if you know laws of the universe and certain laws, it has to. And that's why I'm so confident about it. Now you might say, well, you should be so confident about it because who was delivered from? But we're still here on this third dimension. I still have a lot of programming I need to get out. But just knowing, that's why knowledge turns into wisdom, because once you start studying things in science and maybe quantum physics or things like, in certain physics, you start to learn, wow, that really works. And you might learn that you've been doing it when in having success, but didn't know the process behind it. I don't want to make this too long, but I do just want to make sure I got everything out the way. Oh, I did forget something. Every 9 days, save, and of course, depending on your age, background, what you do for a living, is different right now. But it will change. But anyway, every 9 days, save $1, $11, $19, $91, $119, or $911. And so on. Any combination of those, save it every 9 days. If it's just $1, just trust you'll get that buck. No matter what your situation may be. Trust me, I get it. Just store it away. For what? Honestly, that wasn't delivered yet. But as you collaborate, it will be delivered to you. But that particular process was delivered to me. So I can deliver these instructions to you. And so we can answer the call. And which is free will. It's completely up to you. Whoever you are, whenever you see this at whatever time. I might not even be alive. But I was obedient. I would honestly say my presentation wasn't near about as well as I feel as it normally is. But at the same time, I was obedient and I put it out there. And I will continue to put it out there. I will continue every Thursday to put a video, even if I have to re-release this one, but so people, as they see the YouTube, it might show 2 people, might show 1 person, none right now. But like I said, it's universal. This is bigger than what we can just see. Much bigger. But so people, as they get on board, so they could see this. And if they choose to take that call to action, can join in. Now, I will be putting up something. If you want to donate, I'm actually not even asking for it. I was told to do that because I was told I'm uncomfortable at being a good receiver. So if you choose to, I will be putting something up if you choose to. But as far as instructions of saving those 9 days, if you can, please, I'm asking you to get that done. And this is humbly. I'm not leading. I'm just leading myself. I'm not leading anybody, rather. I'm not an influencer. I always say that. I like people to make up their own minds by me delivering the information that was given to me. But this in particular, I'm going to say it again. 1s, 11, life path 1s, 11s, 9s, and 4s, the master builders. That's who this is specifically for. And if you're young or old or whatever, it doesn't matter about the age. And you don't know what a life path number is, you can just simply go to Google. It's two ways, but just simply make it simple. Go to Google, just type in what is my life path if my birthday is, put in your birthday. And it's a plethora of numbers that make you up. But right now we're focusing on our life's mission. We have to know we walk on so many different spectrums that, okay, I have a family, so that's one spectrum. I'm on the third dimension with a family. And this is examples, not saying me specifically, but on a fourth type level, I tune in on the fourth as an empath. People might not get me, so that's another level. Some people, they're with the whole color thing. I'm not. Am I for empowering my people? Definitely. So we can all be equally yoked and come together, but I'm not for separation. But I'm saying, even if you are, because this is no non-judgment, it's just another level of you. But this is the highest level. This is a guy named 19 Keys. I'm going to end with this. And it was so funny. My cousin sent me a video of his about a month ago. And I tuned into so many of his shows, and he would talk about the power of 19. He has a show called Higher Level Conversations. And this is right here. It's definitely a high level conversation. But he was talking about the power of 19, 1s and 9s. I would see them so much. I see a lot of numbers, but and I'm starting to really correlate with them and understand it more, not just on videos I watch, but what the personal meaning to me. But that I would see that 911 so much. And I'm like, is it a spiritual emergency or something? Or it's a call to action. It's a call to action. Taking action. In this particular video, the biggest action you will ever take, if you choose to. But I want to spread that love. I want to get better every day. I want to continually put things out there to empower people, to make people healthy, to bring us back to who we originally were. I take great honor and pleasure in that. And as I end every video saying, love.